Welcome to Ecom Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show brought to you by Seguno, Postscript, and AMP. And it is a beautiful Monday morning, January 26th in the year of our Lord 2026. And we're coming to you live from an undisclosed location just outside of Austin, Texas. And we are in a winter wonderland here. We didn't lose power, but we got a whole lot of ice on the roads. I hadn't been outside in several days, and it is heating up in here. We're glad to be on this show, and we have got a jam-packed show for you today. TikTok got off to a rough start over the weekend under new ownership. ChatGPT is only asking for a $1 million commitment to test drive some ads on their platform at a reasonable price of a $60 CPM. That's right. Their model is pay for impressions, not clicks. What does that mean for the rest of us? And Valentine's Day is no longer for lovers. You know, it's not the year 2000 anymore. And CTV is having quite a moment. Paramount Plus, top downloaded app over the weekend, and YouTube's new shoppable ads on the big screen. I'm very excited about that. Jimmy Kim, former CEO of SendLane, email savant, and founder of Commerce Roundtable, perhaps the best internet event, not just an internet event, but an in real life event happening right here in Austin, Texas. He's going to be with us on the show today. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, get in here.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Hey, Colin, is it cold where you are? Did you make it through the weekend okay?
It was cold, but now it's warming up. Sun's coming out.
Sully liked it, I'm sure. He liked playing in that snow. That's your dog.
He loves the snow. Yeah, he loves it.
Well, the good news is that even though it was cold outside, the internet remains open and free. And there were some incredible things that happened over the weekend. Perhaps most shocking, TikTok's stumble out of the gate here under new ownership. Carson, let's bring this up. Our good friend, Not Zane again, he let me know. I wasn't aware. I was not continually just scrolling over the weekend during the NFC and AFC championship games. Major disruptions across TikTok since this morning, and especially on GMV Max TikTok ads. It's not just you. Very comforting. Very comforting. Next one here. This a little more explanation from Blake Tiggy, one of TikTok's main U.S. Oracle data centers. Is in North Virginia, which got hit with power outages from the storm. Wonder if this has anything to do with it. And then our good friend Sanjay at Play over at Replo, he had this to say, and I think he gave perhaps a more astute or descriptive happening of what was going on. I'll read it for you. A couple of things I've noticed about TikTok today that I think are related to the ownership change going into effect. Algo is kind of cooked. Does anybody like to hear that? Algo is kind of cooked. Earlier today, I was scrolling, closed the app completely, came back to the official "Have you been scrolling" message. And then a handful of videos I watched before I last closed the app. Seems to be better now. I haven't seen a single TikTok shop product placement. Oh no! Nobody likes to hear that. Not in our world. We want more. Okay, that are clearly promoting a product for TikTok shop. Not a single product today. Yesterday was normal. The search is, I'll leave out the word that he inserted here. Showing random stuff, totally different content relative to the question. Blue comment's gone. Haven't seen that once today. The comment search on the bottom of the video is gone. You guys all over this already? Well, the good news is that you were, Sanjay, and I think the rest of the internet saw the results as well. Colin, when this came up, you saw this in the feed. Phoenix Ha, there's a lot of others in our network who were responding to this. What's your take? Disappointed, one would think, but not a great start for the new administration over TikTok.
Totally fine with it. Not even gonna, have any cause for concern. The org over there is exceptional. They basically work 6 to 7 days a week, so the team over there is grinding. They still showcase a lot of the culture from the overseas culture. And so they're constantly grinding. They're constantly on. They had a hiccup. Meta has had I don't know, thousands of hiccups as an ad platform,
Just a
and
few.
I mean, arguably thousands. This is the first one. It's a change of hands. You're going to have some bumps in the road. Totally fine. They're full steam ahead. This is like not an issue. I don't think people should be blown out of proportion.
I have seen, though, in regards to the algo being cooked, I have seen creators say certain messages that were very important to us before, certain types of videos that were flourishing and getting lots of views, they are no longer existing, cannot find them. And I've seen creators start to say, hey, now that the app has changed hands, we're out. I'm downloading all my videos, I'm taking them elsewhere. I do think there is some validity to early missteps, confusion, content that I wanted that's no longer here. If there's a little, perhaps some politically motivated creators who are like, hey, I don't like this. This is like core belief for me. I'm going elsewhere. I think something's happening, even if it's not. That could lead to a little bit of shakiness, even though I think most of that is gone since the app has officially changed hands and isn't going anywhere. I would just say that some of that, though, read to me as perhaps there may be a little more kerfuffle yet to be had that's not even directly related to TikTok Shop and what we all care about, which is being able to sell something on the platform. Is that fair? You take anything away from that, or you think totally overblown?
I mean, it's probably valid, but again, these creators don't own the distribution. You are borrowing the distribution from TikTok every day, and they don't have a duty to you to push your videos because of you're a creator. And so there's you have to just kind of take the lumps and just move forward. Like, I don't know, go back to Musically.
Building on borrowed land, building on rented property. It is the case. It is the case. Those of us who seek to build audiences and platforms, ultimately, we aren't owed anything. Go ahead.
I might be a huge MySpace creator in 2026. Watch out.
Watch out.
I'm gonna revamp it up.
That's right. What was that? What was the original founder's name? Tom.
And he always had that one photo where he's kind of looking back and he's like, hey.
Yeah. Maybe we'll go back to Tom.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll make MySpace a big thing. Could be alpha that you just heard here on the show. Well, I think it's a good point. Hopefully TikTok doesn't lose creator trust. I imagine they're too big and too powerful and too awesome for anything to happen too much. I think everything will shake out just fine, is my guess. We have a very important person coming, but before they come and we introduce them, we need to talk about one of our incredible new partners here, Seguno. I'm moving forward to Seguno here, Carson. Seguno is the only marketing suite that's built and lives entirely inside of Shopify. Totally unique in our space. That means email pop-ups, banners, reviews, all of that is right there in the place and space that you already work. And my view is that this is email 3.0, man. It is the new iteration. It's the next step. Why? Because your Shopify data is the data. You don't need duct tape here and there and syncs and integrations, etc. It's a big reason why Seguno won Shopify's Build App of the Year in 2024. It's built for lean teams with big aspirations and big dreams, and people just like me when I was scaling Bruce Bolt and I was a marketing team of one, or founders who are going places, but you need to spend your time on other things and you don't have a full-time email marketer inside of your team yet. Real humans, real onboarding, real strategy from their team, not even necessarily another partner, but from their team specifically, one-click automations, all of these things that actually make email feel easy. To me, it's a huge step in the right direction. And honestly, it's Best Buy as far as your dollars go in the email game. They are offering an extended free trial right now. If you go there, tell them that Colin and I sent you, just reach out to their support and they will make that happen for you. Seguno, we're thankful to have them as a partner. And actually, I just recommended them to 2 new founders that I talked to this morning. So very thankful that they are a part, and we're thankful that they do what they do. Now, moving forward here, an incredibly astute knower of ball has just joined us on the show. It is the one and only Jimmy Kim. Jimmy, get inside the show. Get in here. You.
What's going on, guys?
Wow.
What's up?
Wow. You know, I have always wanted to see your face with that background on this show. And now it has happened. I always feel like you are coming to us when I see you on screen with this background. I feel like you're coming from the Death Star. Somewhere there is like a cool Star Wars setup in space, and you're connected with Elon or some sort and have made this happen. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to be on the show. And Cowboy, it's cold outside, huh?
It is. It's cold outside. For those who don't know, Jimmy and I live not very far away from one another. Jimmy makes his home in the Austin area. And brother, it's cold outside. Your kids are on snow day like mine, I would imagine.
I mean, the roads are still white sheets of ice, man.
They are, which means it's a great time to stay inside and talk about e-commerce on the internet. Is that fair?
Sounds like a great time, bud.
You know, Colin and I, we have been going back and forth on this. I am a little more email coded. I lean in the direction of email and perhaps a little more than some of our other brethren who lean more heavily into paid media. I have been up in arms about what I have seen with Gmail's AI inbox and things getting summarized. And to me, this is a big story that not a lot of people have talked about or perhaps care about that much, but it will once it hits the P&L and once it hits the bottom line. If you would, Jimmy, I'd love to just start out, just step back and give us State of the Union on email in 2026 and what new developments may be a kind of a gopher lying just under the surface that maybe brands and marketers aren't prepared for.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, talking about all this AI stuff, especially with the Gmail changes that have happened recently, Chase Diamond and I talked about this on a pod maybe in November when we were talking about it as we saw it roll out. And, we stepped back and we kind of thought about it. And it really comes down to this, right? Like the simple way I think about all of this change is very simple. Over the last couple of years, we've been seeing a lot of this stuff. There's kind of like an old playbook and a new playbook kind of starting to appear now. And the old playbook was kind of a growth hack era, right? Everyone can remember even going all the way back to 2017 as we think about what has changed with everything that e-commerce is doing and everything digital, in fact, right? Growth hack was like curiosity, teasers, smart wordplay, story, and like this don't miss this kind of era, right? And what's really happening, I think that's changing in this new playbook is that with AI, with the fact checking that is happening, it's becoming a trust era right now, which means that things are changing and people are expecting different types of value and communication that's happening. And unfortunately, where AI is, still generating the gimmicky copy and the clickbait and the curiosity, the things that it's learned that has worked for marketers, what's really happening is the end consumer is kind of changing the way they want. They want to know what's going on right now. They want to be talked to like a person. They want to know that they're giving you data, like they browse the site, they abandoned a cart, and you're using that to almost give them a very good, clear, direct value and reply back into the place. So, that's kind of the best way I look at it is like no more clever hacks and, really basic segmentation. This is where we're starting to change into like AI needs to almost give it clarity and give people more readability, have that authentic human voice really come through and really have relevance tied to it through behavior. So, a lot of this comes down to a lot of marketing principles and facts and a lot of things. And, I said this once and once again, it's interesting, though e-commerce tends to send a lot of email into the market and recognizes the value, we're quite behind when it comes to a strategic way that people are approaching it and the things that are available in the market that people just aren't using because we've heard this before, right? Like you look at something where a good email program is generating 20, 30% of that revenue versus paid acquisition generating the most of it, but it's still a large chunk. And a lot of teams, it's like you just kind of said it, a lot of companies don't invest enough money into what they're thinking about. And with email side of things, and they don't invest into the teams and the people that they need to bring into place. So like things like copywriters and having a real brand voice and all this stuff is becoming more and more important than ever. So, as we look into the future, there's a lot of changes that will continue to go. And I think AI is really just making things, they're asking for the consumer that a brand is more direct, transparent, and offering clear values, and they're real about themselves and authentic. So I guess this would be saying you got to cut through the AI noise. You've got to be able to find that line where you're communicating. And basically, at the end of the day, if you're doing a good job doing all that, just like the basic principles, if they want to read you, a Gmail is going to understand that those emails are ones that you like to read and enjoy, and they're going to prioritize those on top of the thing, right? And everything else comes into place. So that's kind of how we're seeing this market kind of evolve and change right now.
Wow. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So what I heard was perhaps the playbook of old. I can batch and blast. There's a lot of people on this list. I can send them anything and everything, and I'm going to get random clicks, and it's going to mean more money for me. In this era, I need more trust, more simplification, in the sense that I know these people like these kind of messages, more authenticity, more brand, more building of that relationship. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's less the spammy clickbait and more the human authentic now. That's why it's working. Even someone like you you guys are doing media right now, I'm sure you're already seeing it. It's not like, oh, final minutes, like this show is only available for 12 hours. It's really like, hey, quick heads up, this show is going to expire at midnight, right? Like the language conversation changes right now, and copywriting is at the forefront of that, and finding that person. This is where, like, how we always say like AI is going to replace humans, all that stuff. There's these little sections of things that are happening right now in the market, and it's going to translate to advertising. It's going to translate everywhere. Actually, it is already translating to a lot of these places where the actual creative matters more than ever, and AI slop or AI garbage that's coming out and people are just copying and pasting is not working. It's not working on social media. It's not working in advertising. It's not working anywhere right now. And it's not working in email. And, Gmail's end game, right? You guys have to all remember the entire point of Gmail, not only because they want to collect data and all that stuff on their users, but their entire point is to give a consumer the best customer experience. And that's their product that they're delivering. And when they're making a shift like this, it's purely saying, how do we give our consumers a better experience? And you have to think like that as a brand and as an email marketer now today, is how do I end up giving that person on the other end so much value that they want to read my email first? And that's really it. I mean, it's just attention game at this point, but it's just changing the way that attention is created.
That's very enlightening. That's a great point. Yeah. Think about it from Gmail's point of view. Go ahead, Colin.
I was just going to say, Jimmy, just a follow-up question to that. Are there any brands that you're seeing right now that you absolutely love that authentic voice that they're moving forward with in 2026? If you're like, wow, XYZ brand is doing it absolutely right. Whoever the team is over there, they're crushing it. This is exactly how I would be operating the brand in 2026.
Oof. That's a hard question. Like, there aren't a lot of brands that have made a big shift over the last year or two. A lot of people, as we talked about, have small, nimble teams. They do a lot of cut, replace formulas that they're kind of replicating. So I wouldn't say that I've seen it. I would say that brands that have been doing a great job with having their own authentic voice are continuing to hold within that line. A lot of people trained their AIs to continue making that voice. And, really it's not changing. So I can't say that I've seen great email marketing from some of these companies. I don't see a shift happening just yet. I think to Cowboy's point earlier, which Chris's point earlier about the fact that, a lot of companies are starting to pay more attention to this. This is when people will start to realize they need a better job. I mean, frankly, I'm sure you guys all agree with this, but most of them do a pretty poor job in the way they're marketing and changing and adapting in the email marketing or retention side of their business, because they're always purely an acquisition. They're using 1,000 tools and 10,000 changes every year on their acquisition side, but a lot of people just don't give a crap enough to focus on the retention side. And I think that this year we're going to see even more emphasis because of the challenges that are coming in. This is our shift, right? We've been seeing shift after shift after shift over the last couple of years. 2023, we had, a lot of the Google changes continue to happen. And over the last 2-3 years, it's just rapidly changing, which is the most emails changed over the last 20 years ultimately.
Yeah, this is a great point, because Jordan Menard talks about this as well. You don't make your money on the first purchase. You make your money on the customer. And so having a product or a category or series of products that customer will like and wants to buy from you, and nurturing that relationship post first acquisition, that's where you make your money.
That's where all of it's made.
I think as ad costs continue to rise, OpenAI is doing its thing, and turns out it's way more expensive than any of us wanted it to be. It's on that LTV side of nurturing and keeping that relationship with that customer, where the true money goes into the profit pocket for a lot of our brands here in 2026 and beyond. So I think this is a very important point that people need to listen to, and probably they need to just pay Jimmy a bunch of bags to come in there and talk to him about their email. I mean, is that fair, Jimmy? I mean,
yeah, always. Or you could just come to an event we called Commerce Roundtable.
Yes, right? Yes. That's what we need to talk about next here. Jimmy, for those who don't know, I'm in the category of the Commerce Roundtable I went to in San Diego. It's one of the best D2C e-com events I have ever been to. And now it's coming to Austin, Texas on 4/20 on April 20th, which is kind of hilarious. But give everybody perspective, just a little pullback of the curtain of what's going on at Commerce Roundtable, why they should be there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, why I think, again, you have experienced a great time at our event is because we're really focused on this growth and scale part of the direct-to-consumer e-commerce market, and those marketers and founders and executives that really live in and encompass in that, right? A lot of shows in this market are catered up market, right? Because that's where the money is, that's where the sponsor dollars are, and those different things. And so we think about the intentionality of really focusing on the growth and scale market, which is people doing, $1 million and have established at least to some level of business and product market fit and starting to scale. And we want businesses that are doing 20, 50, 100, 200 million that are still very small businesses in the world of business. However, in our category, these are the people who are changing and really they're practitioners, right? They're people on the ground floor doing things. So, this year we're bringing this event to Austin. We do 2 shows a year here in San Diego. San Diego is kind of our big event that we do, but Austin this year we're bringing it out here. And, not only do we believe that Austin's underserved for the market that it is, I live here. Chris lives here. We should all do this here, right? So we've made that decision, but it's going to be 2 great days. A lot of strong keynote conversations on stage. We don't really do the panels and the fireside as much as we do keynotes because we find that people lock in. And our goal in these events, and we saw this in our San Diego event last year too, is we want everyone sitting their butts in the seat, watching, learning, growing, and educating, and then still having plenty of time to network and enjoy their time and, come out and do the things that they want to do at the event and meet the sponsors and all that good stuff too. But the reality is we really want to talk about what's working today, as relevant it is. I don't want talks from 4 years ago or something that someone's just repeating and regurgitating on stage. So we don't have the most professional speakers, but we have the people with the most relevant information. And then, my partner, Nick Shackelford, he vets the living crap and teaches people how to speak, converse, and deliver a strong value in that room, which is why, and what we consider ourselves, we're content first marketing event. And from there, everything else kind of falls into wind.
Wow. The absolute legend himself, Nick Shackelford, by the way. Absolute legend. Long time in the game.
It's an honor to be his partner.
I mean, unbelievable. So you had Gary Vee on last year. Can you tease a couple guest speakers that you're doing yet, or no? It's too early.
We have a couple that are really interesting, but we'll have the founder and CEO of Bloom, for example.
Oh yeah, baby.
We've got some local. Yeah. And then we've got some local people that are coming out. Some people that you and I both know, like Tyler over at Peachy Babies with their 10 million YouTube followers on organic growth. We got Isaac over at Mini Katana is going to come out and talk about his Kanpai Foods journey a bit more. We've got a lot of that kind of stuff. And then we've got some debate. We saw Twitter and X really love the debate format. So we're going to try this fun dual screen format where we're going to have debates on topics with people showing separate slideshows about what they're bringing with proof and real things, not just words that are being shared, but demanding we bring proof and real facts to the table when we're making conversation points. So we've got a lot of this. We've got some really unique activations in place right now that are coming in. You guys are going to be interested. And then, of course, the biggest thing that I think I'm really excited about, and I always enjoy, is we gamified the heck out of this event in 2025 last year at San Diego. We started giving away stuff, Hexclad pans, Ridge wallets, iPhones and iPads, and even trips to Hawaii and Mexico. We'll be doing something very similar this year and continuing to make it improve to better and better. And the way we do it, and I'm always open about this, is we run ads. Basically, we have a few-minute ad by a sponsor who comes up and does their pitch before the next keynote, and we give something away to bribe the people to sit in the room, and then they come in and basically get something cool, and then we go on to the next keynote. So that's kind of how we've integrated and moved away from the whole tech partner speaking thing, which I know that hasn't been the biggest fan point for most people in this market.
I think this is a great point that you bring up.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, I don't want to be like, pitched or whatever. Actually, I love pitches. I want to be pitched. Get on that stage and give me 2 minutes and sell me, baby. I mean, I really like that.
Would you rather have a pitch for 2-3 minutes or someone who's sitting on stage for 30 minutes talking about thought leadership around some topic that they might not be experts in or even really have that much relevance because and I mean, no offense to this, but you're the customer success manager at a certain company, doesn't have the real working knowledge that you want versus a practitioner. So I said, let's cut all that BS out of here and let's just get straight to the pitch. And you're absolutely right. I think from our surveys and responses, people understood. Look, someone's got to pay for making this event really pretty. Someone's got to pay for making sure that you get the greatest food and the greatest experience and free alcohol or non-alcoholic. Someone's got to pay for it. So let them come pitch you for 2-3 minutes and you might even win a great prize. And, the crazy part is the odds are pretty great. I mean, if you've got 350 people in a room in Austin, for example, and let's just say about 30% of them can't qualify for this thing, right? You really have a 1 in 250, 240 chance of winning something, which is pretty good. It's better than the lottery. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, what is anybody else doing on April 20th and 21st? What are they doing?
I mean, there's other things you can do on 420, but we think we can provide all the things that we can provide at 420 with enough drinks and different things that we'll be offering to celebrate the day together.
There may be maybe even some breeze there. Who knows?
I mean, there'll be pallets most likely. So let's be honest here,
Well, I can say this. I'm going to be there. I am going to be there.
I think this show needs to be there.
I think the show needs to be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna find a way. I know some smart people at Commerce Roundtable. We're gonna figure out how to do this. Get you guys a little station or something set up so you guys can live stream. We'll work it out, guys.
That's what I've heard. And Jimmy's putting it out here for the internet to hear. I had heard perhaps there would be some super live of the Ecom Cowboys show, and we would be there live and in living color. I had heard that, but now everyone's heard it from Jimmy's lips. So
there you go.
That's exciting. That's exciting. What I love most about this event is that for me, and I know this is true it's the people I'm most burdened for. It's 6- and 7-figure founders, guys who are just getting started. They've got some good momentum. And also it's brands that are becoming what I would call challengers, they're getting close to 50 million and beyond, but they're still under 200. It is actually getting into a room and being able to converse with people that you can learn from and get better at very quickly. And I think what we do in e-commerce is largely a very lonely occupation. It's you on a laptop at your house or in some coffee shop, and you're really excited about your thing and you're down in the weeds of it. And you just wish there was somebody else in your circle that you could nerd out with, talk about this and get real help from. And I remember at one of these events, I talked with Nick and I said, Nick, hey man, I'm with a brand right now. We're growing fast. We're probably going to hit 40 million this year. I have no clue what to do next. I need some help. I need some help. And I got the help in about a 10-minute conversation. And it's that kind of opportunity inside of a great room. To me, it means the world for people inside of our space. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's exactly how we think about it too. I mean, you're 100% right. That room is so powerful. And dude, you're right. Like the human, like real experience of having people together in a room right now, that's like the one thing that's missing from all our lives. And as you're sitting at your house and I'm sitting here and Colin's there too, like none of us are getting that one-on-one real impactful. And you said it, 10 minutes is better than a 30-minute Zoom or whatever the heck might happen and occur. So I'm with you there. I love these things. And not only as an event owner or host do I feel empowered and feel enlightened after event, it also, I learned so much of what's going on, which is part of why I love doing the thing that we do in this event, is really just getting connected and learning what's happening on the ground floor. And boom, a lot of this stuff is happening. And to your point about the brands, dude, 2023, I look back, a couple of years ago when we ran this event 3-4 years ago, and some of the brands that are in the room that day were not that big. And today, they're some of the biggest brands in the direct-to-consumer space today. So we've seen the growth. You've been able to have those conversations, and that's exactly what we want to bring to this market.
I love that.
That's so huge. I love that. I just as a personal question for how you're thinking about this event company moving forward, where are you guys going to be going to next? Are we feeling New York City? Are we feeling Toronto? Are we feeling more Europe stuff? Are you guys going to start to ramp up and maybe focus on like, hey, we want to do 10 shows a year? Like now you're kind of thinking at that level where you're like, how do we get there?
So I hope you just say Austin all the time. We're never leaving.
So we're stapling. Austin and San Diego's are staple. We've made a decision. These are staple cities that will run our larger format events. What we are doing this year is we're actually trying out a small workshop style road show that we'll be doing. We'll be doing Austin, New York, Miami, and LA. It's going to be heavily retention focused, super hands-on, small rooms. The idea is that we really want to lean into the education side that myself and Nick really enjoy, and we really want to focus on growing that side of it. So to your question is, we will visit other cities, but there is a reason of intentionality why we avoid the real cities. And this is kind of weird kind of thought process, but it's something that we've really validated. When you go to a localized city like LA or New York, where there's a lot of people don't come to your event the same way they come into your event when it's in San Diego or Austin. People come to San Diego and Austin as a destination. They come the weekend before, they spend a weekend, they go to the show, and then they leave, and they generally bring their family. And we love bringing that experience because people are coming with intentionality. When you go to New York or LA, the problem that we see in this market, and this is coming from my personal experience on the SaaS side, doing probably 90 events over 2-3 years, is that people in New York and LA, they're just stopping by because it's in their local city. Their intentionality and their goal and their thought process of why they're coming is just slightly different. And so the value and quality are much lower. So that's why we've said, okay, we'll go to the big cities really to kind of think about like top of the funnel where we're working and teaching and giving them workshops. We're giving hands-on learning and experience and getting a little mini version of Commerce Roundtable experience for 4 to 6 hours in that day. But our staple shows will continue to be Austin and San Diego, and we'll probably not expand out on the large show format anywhere else.
Wow. Goated insights from the one and only Jimmy Kim. Jimmy, we know you're a busy man. We appreciate you coming on the show. But if you would, before you leave, just give us 30 seconds, 60 seconds on where should people go next if they want to come to Austin? If they, stay with me, stay at my house, and
absolutely. If you want to stay in Chris's house, he's got a free bed and breakfast opportunity available. But yes, if you want to learn more, obviously you can see I talk about it plenty on social media, but really the website is commerceroundtable.com. You go check it out. You can see the Austin event, the San Diego event. We've got a list of all the things, light registration and simple things that are on there. And I'll even throw a code out there for you guys. We'll throw a cowboy out there for any ticket, right? I'll go get this made right after the show. So if you're waiting, don't use it until I'm off this because we're really live right now. So we can't do this right now. But we'll use the code cowboy, just one word. We'll give, we'll do $150 off a ticket.
Brother.
It's like 40%, right? We'll do $150 off a ticket for anybody listening to this. So come check us out at commerceroundtable.com. Since I get the free pitch here, I might as well use it.
Wow, Jimmy.
Wow. Let's go.
Golly. Just, I mean, we might as well call him Santa Jimmy. I mean, he's just giving out presents here everywhere. Well, Jimmy, man, we really appreciate you making the time, and I look forward to seeing you live and in living color at Commerce Roundtable, bro.
Yep. All right, appreciate guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, guys. Wow. Did you expect that?
I did not expect that. I didn't know he was going to do that.
I did not know he was going to do that. What a goat move.
That's a goat move right there.
Jimmy Kim. $150 off. That's like 40%, he said. Wow. Well, tell you what, I'm going to sleep a little better tonight, knowing that we got people 40% off to what may be the best thing they attend all year long. Wow.
For sure.
That is very nice. And on the other side here, before we get into the rest of our show, we need to talk about focus a little bit. We should. And I'm talking about Postscript here. You know, there is only one SMS partner inside of our whole ecosystem whose goal, and they will tell you this, is to make SMS your #1 revenue generating channel inside of your entire business. There's only one who will take that challenge, and it is Postscript. I remember they did this with me, and I'll tell you this. We moved over to Postscript once I got inside of a particular brand, and we were doing very little money on SMS. So the top priorities I had, hey, there's a whole lot more cash that we can get out of SMS, and I'm going to look big brain smart to my boss. Let's move over to Postscript and let's push the gas on that thing. Okay, inside of 1 year, we went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on their entire platform, qualitatively, quantitatively. Okay, I looked like big brain marketer of the year. Okay, I think that I was about to get inducted into the Ecom Hall of Fame. That's basically how good it was. That would not have been possible without Postscript. That's why I love having them as a partner on the show. And on average, if you make the switch, you'll see a plus 22% bump in revenue. So we all need a little few more dollars in our back pocket this year in 2026. You should go to Postscript and make the switch. Go to postscript.io/SMS-benchmarks. You'll get some real good information on what kind of business you are, what revenue level you have, what you should be doing on SMS. Go and do it today and look big brain smart to your entire team. Thanks to our partners at Postscript. Next here, Colin, I feel like I should be in sackcloth and ashes here because this was not the news that I wanted to hear about OpenAI. Okay, this isn't performance marketing that we're really talking about here. It's presence, it's impressions. OpenAI has stated, or information has come to us, that they will charge based on ad view impressions, not clicks, and in order to get in the door, you need only a small commitment of $1 million in ad spend. Just 1 milli. Just 1 milli in ad spend. Let me read some of this for you. As you know, OpenAI will soon show ads on ChatGPT, but now we're hearing that these ads will be charged on a pay-per-view impression-based model, not a click-based cost-per-click model. OpenAI is asking that small pool of advertisers for less than $1 million in spending commitments each over a several-week trial period. Okay, just a milli for a few weeks to test this thing out with ads launching in early February. The company does not yet offer technology for advertisers to easily buy ads themselves, but is working on getting self-service ads up and running. Colin, when you heard this, saw this, what did you do? Did you cry?
I got so sad. I got so sad. It's like what could have been, you know?
What could have been?
This is basically just Netflix ads at this point.
This is Sarah McLachlan special.
This is true. They could have done, clicks. They could have done so many other things for this and made this a real media buyer behemoth. I've also heard the CPMs are like $60 CPMs.
No.
It's not good. It's not good. It could have been amazing. And I know they have to get a lot of money. I understand it. They have a lot of VC funding. They have to generate a lot of revenue. I just don't think this is the solution.
Yeah. Well, I'm in total agreement. I mean,
Yeah.
why not undercut Zuck? Why not undercut Zuck? Why not get in there and just say, what's Zuck cost you? Okay, I'm going to do half of that.
Half.
And give me every advertiser on the planet. Give me
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
And I'll make money until the cows come home and kingdom come.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Not clicks, impressions. And we need just under $1 million commitment for a test trial over the next few weeks. Come on, man. Come on.
Just the like organic case studies that would have been shared as well from brands if they just would have let this roll.
Yeah.
And there is no already existing ad platform within ChatGPT. So they could have just run with this undercut model for 6 months just to get a bunch of land from Zuck.
Yeah.
You would have gotten all of the great case studies. You would have gotten all the brands super excited and pumped to be talking about you. And you would have gotten a ton of stuff that you can use later for ads that you're showcasing when you try to like go a little bit broader with this, where you're trying to go upstream a little more to the big enterprise guys. I didn't understand this at all.
Don't get it. Don't like it. Still mourning. There's still time to change. There's still time to change. This is our call to Sam Altman. Peel it back, brother. Peel it back.
Peel it back.
Give us all some of that sweet mashugana. Give us some of that opportunity. Yeah. Let's pour a little sugar on top of this P&L. Give me some novelty. Give me something excited to talk about here. Oh gosh, not what I wanted here. $60 CPMs, brother.
Yeah. Also, the $1 million commitment. They always talk about, hey, we're going to be empowering small businesses and whatnot. And it's like, hey, well, I don't. Yeah. Well, there's some other businesses out there that might not be able to afford $1 million commitment for a 4 to 5 week trial. Like,
oh my goodness.
Let some people sink their teeth into it and really get crazy with this.
Yeah. The only case studies that are going to be rolling out are from like what? Walmart? Cisco. Yeah. I mean, like who's going to Verizon. Exactly. Verizon. You're going to get AT&T and Verizon to roll through there and like, yeah, it was great for us. And then what? We're all going to have to pay. We're all going to have to find another $1 million to do a few week test with you and pay for the CPMs instead of the clicks.
Makes no sense.
Come on, brother.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I don't like to hear it. I'll tell you another thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I am an older person now. Okay. I'm almost 40 years old. I know that shocks everyone. You thought I was 28, but I'm almost 40 years old. Valentine's Day, not just for lovers anymore. Not even mostly for lovers anymore. Okay. This comes to us via modern retail. 60% of Gen Zers buying gifts, they are doing so for themselves on Valentine's Day. 60%. Okay. Yeah. Doing so for themselves. Around 30% of spend is going toward non-romantic platonic relationships. Okay. This I found this very enlightening, and no shade at Gen Z. No shade. I'm a lover of Gen Z. I love Gen Z. I do. I don't know how often they've been represented on this show, but I love Gen Z. Big fan. 60% of gifts going toward themselves and around 30% of spend going toward platonic relationships. I think this is a big mover. This is a big change for me as a millennial thinker who is considering marketing calendars and making ads. Not what I expected. Okay. I'm totally in the millennial coded world where I'm expecting to make ads where you buy this for your lover. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm expecting. And this, not at all. Okay. What was your takeaway from this? Surprised?
No, not really surprised at all. I mean, Gen Z, its stats are showing they're not getting into relationships as quickly. And so there's not a large segment for them to actually gift to. I'm a huge fan of, hey, you want to gift your friend a gift on Valentine's Day just to say, hey, thanks for being my friend this year and all that. And, I'm totally fine with that. I would love to figure out if this category includes Valentine's Day chocolates and candy, because your boy over here loves some Valentine's Day chocolate. So, I could be thrown into this category where, hey, I'm grabbing a couple chocolate hearts because they're absolutely delicious. So I would love to see if there's a dollar threshold where, Gen Z spends $50 and up on, this type of stuff. I would be interested in that type of level. And I'm totally fine with it. It's cool. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we're all fine with it. But you're telling me you're not surprised at all? Bring us back, Carson. You're not surprised at all? This didn't catch you off guard?
Not really. I mean, I don't think it's that crazy. I think Gen Z is kind of a different beast from, you and me. I
Of
really,
course, of course.
I don't think they value it the same way as, the traditional values that we've kind of grown up with. Like, and a great example of this is, I think Gen Z has done a massive push against the normal diamond ring. Like, the lab grown diamond
Yeah.
has absolutely exploded because Gen Z is just like, I don't care about this anymore.
Yeah,
I don't
who
care that
cares?
you got this thing out of a hole in the ground, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so they're being very vocal, and they're spending on the dollars. They're spending on the experiences with those dollars that they care about. And so that's okay. It's fine. I don't mind it.
Well, I don't mind it either, but I think it's very interesting. And Carson, do we have the stats here on expected spending for Valentine's Day? I believe we do. Yes. Okay. So you see, chart goes up and to the right. This comes to us via Capital One. Spending up as high as it ever was on the holiday itself, 2020, when we were all receiving free money, being the highest. But now it's up. It's up. Okay. But I think a very important note for all of us in this advertising, marketing, D2C, nitty-gritty e-commerce world of note here is that you can probably win just as much and more not using traditional Valentine's Day campaign messaging, but, buy for a friend, buy for yourself, self-care,
Exactly.
self-love. I mean, going that direction or simply adding that on to different ads and campaigns, you're actually availing yourself to more dollars that will be spent for you. And literally before today, I would not have gone for that. I would just said, no, guys, hey, come on. It's Valentine's Day. Let's keep it simple. Okay. You buy it for your girlfriend buys it for your boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever. Okay. Let's keep it in the lane that we all know Valentine's Day is good for. Actually, not the case. Not the case. Buy it for yourself. Buy it for your platonic relationship. I do have to disappoint you here. I'm not going to be buying you any chocolate. I'm sorry.
Dang. Come on.
I'm too old. I'm too old, I guess.
I understand too, because when I was a single guy in Valentine's Day, you would see like all the couples out, and you would get you get a little sad. You'd be like,
you feel down.
You're like, dang, I kind of wish I had somebody to share this day with, or So I understand where there's this emotional kind of inkling that comes up that day, and if you can fill that with some self-care stuff and all that, I totally see it. I see it. Yeah.
Great way to win. And here we are. We're still got 3 weeks. Hey, make some more emails, man. Make some more ads. Prepare. Go and look at Sarah Levenger's Twitter account, okay, and figure out how to emotionally sell to people that, people are going to buy for themselves or people are going to buy for their friend. Very smart. Still time to change. Time to adapt. I am very intrigued by the moment, and perhaps much more than a moment, that CTV is happening. Big screens are becoming checkout carts. I think that's my big takeaway. YouTube's demand gen just dropped some more capabilities. Shoppable CTV with dynamic QR codes. When people are watching YouTube on screen, which they're doing much more than anybody thought, especially me. And I find myself doing the same thing. I'm watching YouTube on the big screen now, not just my computer or my mobile, much better on the big TV. These dynamic QR codes, I think, are incredible. And this case study with LG Electronics, obviously a big dog, with these dynamic links and some other things that are capable, that are included capabilities, LG Electronics saw a 91% lower CTA, okay, a 24% higher conversion rate, a 48% higher click-through rate. This to me, I loved this. I loved this. And to me, it makes me very excited about the future of CTV. What's your takeaways when you saw this? You want to play some spend here or what?
I love it. I've already been hit by these QR code, ads as I've been watching YouTube videos. And just like you said before, I watch basically all my YouTube videos on the big screen because you can watch a ton more stuff on there. There's sports on there. There's also YouTube TV. There's a ton more stuff. So you really are, transitioning away from I'm going to watch this on my desktop computer to I'm going to go on the big screen here. This is great. This makes it more interactive. This is also great for the specific video themselves. So if you're having a really intentional video where someone's at the bottom of the funnel, you're making that video intentional for the person that's at that very end. And then you throw that little QR code up there, you got them. This is a great move.
What I love too, this has always stood out to me whenever I'm watching, well, whatever streaming platform I'm watching. Very few of the commercials actually have a QR code. It's very easy
100%.
to see like who actually wants to see direct attribution, who actually wants to see action from this commercial, this ad that they're playing, because they put up the QR code. Okay. They have some kind of CTA. Well, now YouTube is natively enabling that with all of their ads. You don't just have to be the big brain marketer who actually includes one in the creative before you launched the thing. And to me, I love this so much because I often see inside of CTV all the time, it's the same ads that are continually playing over and over. You ever watch ESPN, you'll see this. And to me, what that says is there's not enough people who are taking advantage of this. And some native tools like this inside of YouTube, which I hope will expand in other places as well. To me, it's going to enable people to be able to see direct attribution, actions, behaviors. I no longer just have to trust whatever feedback and stats and data you're giving me and hoping that the halo effect is correct. No, I can see this many people clicked the code, they scanned the QR code. I have this many add to carts. To me, this really opens the door for something very exciting inside of our space.
You hear that,
And-
OpenAI? We don't want views. We want click data. We've been saying
Exactly.
it because we have to sell our boss on click data. We can't
Come on.
sell them on view data.
No. I mean, there's very few of us, okay? There's very few of us
Very
who
few.
have the kind of budgets where we can just say, let's blow a milli over the next few weeks on impressions inside of chat. Like there's
I also
very few
don't-
of us.
I don't think there's a necessary budget threshold for doing this. So you could just do any budget you need.
Exactly.
Please, OpenAI, take a
Yeah.
page out of Google. They're doing the right things for us, please.
This is Google, man. It's Google.
Yeah, they're
Like,
crushing.
we can all op in there and dink, dink, dunk, and you can see my ad, okay, on the TV with
That's
a
exactly how your
dynamic
media
QR
buy.
code. Just dink, dink, dunk. A few clicks and I'm there, baby.
Yeah.
And just wait till I spin up Claude code, and then I just tell Claude to do it for me.
There you go.
Yeah. And in the same vein, I'm going to skip over and come back here, Carson. In the same vein, Paramount Plus, top downloaded app of the weekend. Huh?
Yeah.
I was excited about this. Number one, because I remembered that I was subscribed to Paramount Plus. I confess. I've been subscribed for some amount of time and I was not aware how long, but I was still subscribed. Guess what? I got to watch UFC. Okay. Big pay-per-view. It's no longer a pay-per-view. It's already in there. Number two, AFC championship. Loved it. Ate it up. Okay. And this gives me great interest for our world because I'll tell you what, I'm so far away, even me and my father-in-law, we are so far away from traditional TV. I was trying to find the Fox channel inside of my TV to watch the NFC championship. Could not find it. Completely unaware. I've got an antenna. My father-in-law, incredibly gifted electrician, physics. I mean, the guy knows how to work everything, okay? We couldn't figure out how to get the traditional channel to come up. And Paramount Plus is the top downloaded app of the entire weekend. This gives me great hope that CTV is happening much more than just a moment, but this is becoming a foundational layer that we can add on to e-commerce. Is that crazy?
It's absolutely crazy. And it's the worst take of this entire story.
No, it's not. It's
It
great.
is the worst take of this entire
It's great.
story. I will go. Well, let's rewind the clock a little bit of the AFC Championship game for the Kansas City Chiefs that happened last year, and Paramount Plus did the exact same buy, or it was either Paramount Plus or Peacock. They did the exact same buy, and you had to only watch it on that platform. So the exact same thing happened that weekend. It was the most downloaded app of all time. It just shot up and went crazy. Then the following week, it was the most churned app in the entire app store. On top of that, the amount of bad customer service tickets they got the following month because they were like, oh, I forgot I subscribed to this. Can you please refund me this? I don't want to do this anymore. And so I think it's not a great tactic where you're just handcuffing people into, you want to watch this cool event and we're going to kind of lock you into a longer contract. Here you go. Here's the opportunity. I hate it. I hate every second of it. We need less streaming. We need less streaming platforms, and we need better ones. We need less, and we need better.
I completely disagree. I disagree completely. Subscription game's a hard game, huh?
Yeah.
We're all playing. A lot of us
I
are
get
playing
it.
the subscription game's a hard game. Hard game to be played.
Yeah.
But I will say this: YouTube's tools and what could be on other platforms, my own apparent incapabilities of working a normal antenna for channels that are available locally. This gives me great hope. This gives me great hope for CTV, especially perhaps maybe I need it because OpenAI has disappointed me. Maybe I need a little more hope, for other platforms to exist.
I mean, this goes down the rabbit hole of what I think should actually happen for NFL games. And it's absurd that you have to have 4 different streaming platforms to watch every single NFL game. The fact that YouTube TV just hasn't bought the rights and is like, hey, if you want, a XYZ teams package, you'll get every single game for that team this year, and it costs, I don't know, $150, $300. I'll be the first one to buy it.
They should do that.
It's so easy.
Google's got a few dollars in the bank, I believe.
Yeah.
And why not just buy up the NFL entirely? Why not do that?
They easily could. Yeah.
They could do that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'd like to see the same thing happen with college football, to be honest.
Exactly.
Before we move on to our last story here, we need to talk a little bit about numbers and knowing your numbers. I'm talking about AMP here. AMP's platform, if you don't know today how to explain how your business is doing inside of a sentence or two, or one dashboard that your entire team can refer to, I'm not sure you know how your business is doing. And that's what I love about our partners at AMP, their favorite tool of mine, Lifetimely. All of your key metrics. What is my LTV? What is our CAC? How are we trending to forecast? It solves the incredible problem of having data scattered hither and thither all over Google Sheets, Excel sheets. Every partner and marketer and team members got a different way to slice it and view it. You want to talk about board reporting? You want to talk about being able to closely track how you are trending toward forecast and what you should do or not do based upon that data? You need to get AMP. You need to go to useamp.com, get inside of their platform. Lifetime is just one of their tools. They do so many other things to help you add more dollars inside of your bank account. I am so glad that they are one of our partners, and you should be one of theirs too. You should go and test drive that platform, get inside of there, and be able to scale with confidence in 2026. Don't you want that? If you don't really have a grasp on your numbers, I can't say that you can scale with confidence here in the future. Make it easy on yourself. Save the headache, scale with confidence. Many thanks to our partners at AMP. Speaking of the NFL, Colin, there was a very great story that came to us, not just the games themselves, although they were entertaining over the weekend. And I confess, I closely watched. I did.
Okay.
But even better, perhaps, toward the end of this whole shebang, I'm skipping here, Carson. I'm moving forward to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's grandfather was the Marlboro Man. Did you see this, bro?
Let's go.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
Sam Darnold, starting quarterback for the Seahawks. His grandfather's name, number one, was Dick Hammer. Okay. Is there a more high T alpha male name than that? I'm not sure. Okay.
I feel like I'm a little boy right now. I'm not even a man compared to this guy.
Okay.
This is a man. I don't even know what I am at this point.
He is a man. He is a man. He is the man. He is
Yeah.
the Marlboro Man. Okay. Look at him here. He's got that cig hanging out of his mouth. I think he's on a ranch somewhere in Wyoming. Dick Hammer. I mean, no wonder, okay, this guy's lineage produces a Super Bowl starting quarterback. The guy was a Marlboro Man. Who I would say Marlboro, I mean, best ads of all time. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Best campaign of all time. If you're selling nicotine in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, yeah, you had a great run. And just give you the GOAT, give you the award. You're in the Hall of Fame. Is that fair?
Yeah. I would love for Sam Darnold, if he does any Zyn or anything like that, I would love for Marlboro to come out with their own Zyn line, and then it's Sam Darnold's the guy.
Yes.
So it kind of just sprinkles generations where it's like, you know, they're coming together. It's great. We love to see it.
Only appropriate. Only appropriate. With our last story here of the day, you got more time? You need to go.
I'm ready to rock. Let's do it.
Okay. One more story. 2026 is the new 2016. Our good friends in the Gen Z, Gen Z era, in the Gen Z generation, they have enlightened us. And I have to say, I'm quite happy about this story and this enlightenment. 2026 is the new 2016. Let's go to this article here, Carson. Yes. And I'm going to read some of this to you. What Gen Z's nostalgia means for marketers. Culture loops when technology outruns taste. I'm going to read some of this to our audience because I think it's very important. As Gen Z floods social feeds with 2016 era aesthetics, from flower crowns to hazy Instagram filters, marketers may be tempted to dismiss the moment as another nostalgia-fueled trend cycle. Over the past week, Gen Zers and young millennials have been plastering their feeds with images reflecting the trends and aesthetics of the 2016 internet era, including choker necklaces, colorful dyed hair, palm trees, and Snapchat's digital flower crowns and dog ears. This comes to us from Mackenzie Martin, Director of Content and Culture at a social media agency. 2016 was kind of the last year that the internet felt low stakes. We were actually seeing what our friends and our family were posting online. It was before everyone had to have a personal brand and before things were so aggressively targeted to us online. With people talking about matte lipstick and chokers, it can seem that they're wanting to revisit the aesthetics and the culturally significant moments of the time, which I think is part of it. But I think even more than that, they're wanting to go back to how they felt during that era. Colin, to me, there's a lot to this that I think is really dead on. Give me your take when you read and saw this.
For sure. I mean, it is like, it's the pre-COVID era. It's also, I think, a signal for people want to go outside more. I think that's kind of a through line for this is people want more in real life experiences. Kind of what happened after that 2016, 2017, we really accelerated digital. That was when Meta started to get real red hot and you really started to ramp up the online ad world and, you know, media buying. It became a behemoth in that small time frame. And so 2016 was kind of the last hurrah before everything got, oversaturized with digital.
Yeah, the world has definitely changed, I mean, very significantly in the past 10 years. And I think this through line has been borne out in so many things that we're seeing. Unplugging of Gen Alpha, some of the products that Oren John recently highlighted, that's a CD player and, a digital camera that does not have a screen. People miss when the internet felt human. They miss when the world felt more analog and tactile. And perhaps what this means is that the next wave of winning brands will feel familiar much more so than futuristic. I think we've got all the kind of futuristic content and happenings and what ifs that we can take, that we can have, if you're able to tap into what feels familiar, what feels like a time gone by, what feels like the internet or experience of yesteryear, when I didn't have to have a personal brand, and when AI wasn't harnessing all my information to target impression ads at me from ChatGPT. It feels like this kind of anti-optimization energy is a real window for a lot of brands in 2026 and maybe beyond, maybe for the next 2 or 3 years. I don't know, but I do find it compelling. And I'm not Gen Z. I'm not Gen Z, and I find it compelling. I mean, gimme, I'll take it. I'll take yesteryear and time gone by. Nostalgia is an incredible drug, and it's a powerful one. And so maybe there's more here than meets the eye, and perhaps there's a way to win for a lot of brands out there if they can tap into it.
I think so. I mean, I think it holds the two juxtapositions together of crazy AI, we're moving at light speed, all of the crazy things. And there's this urge inside every man to buy a homestead that's 50 acres and have 12 dogs and 16 sheep. And just ride around on a horse all day tending it. There's these two juxtapositions inside of every man.
Yes.
If you figure those out as a brand, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, and driving a stick in a
be the Marlboro Man, basically.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He wants that, but he also wants his Tesla Cybertruck. You know what I mean?
That's true.
We need both.
That's true. You got to meet in the middle for town and country. You know, when I'm going into town, I'll take the Tesla. You know. But when I'm out on my own land, I want to drive that square body 4x4 from the early 90s. And
out of country.
You know,
that's awesome.
You know, maybe you take the futuristic Zens into town, but you save the Marlboro Reds. You know, I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not promoting nicotine. You know, wouldn't do that. Wouldn't do that
can't
on
do
the
that.
show. Not financial advice either. Although I don't think we touched on that. Well, we are happy to have been here together, friends. And the good news is we're going to be here tomorrow, whether you get a snow day or not. Looking like maybe we'll have another snow day here outside of Austin, but we hope you're staying safe and staying warm. And what you should do now is make a friend, tell a friend, share this video, subscribe, go to YouTube and subscribe. And I think we're going to end up seeing one another in person if you make it to Commerce Roundtable in Austin, Texas. So look forward to that. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our partner, Seguno and Postscript and AMP. Thanks to Jimmy for coming on here. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.